I'm Dave D, and you're watching XP Team USA.
Our most loved ones, kids, hooked on technology and disconnected from nature. And we, as parents, try to encourage them to go outside, explore and play, and teach them history. Yet, it seems hopeless at times. Nokta Makro. Introducing the world's first waterproof kids detector series. Mini and Midi Horde. Easy to use. Lightweight and compact. Finds, discriminates, and pinpoints. Just like an adult's detector. Share your hobby with your kids to build great family memories. Let your kids discover a world full of adventure, experience and excitement of discovery right outside their door. Mini and Midi Horde, world's first waterproof kids detector series for the young treasure hunters of the future.
Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday, it's 8 p.m, and it's the Big Detecting Show with new graphics here. Thank you to Mick Matson, an old friend of mine, for drumming that up for us for the time being. Hope you're all well. Unfortunately, we haven't got a newsreel tonight. Technology played its normal game. So we'll be back with that next week, hopefully. So instead of that, I'm going to be briefly going through some of the better related news stories momentarily. In the meantime, good evening to the Four Tone Searchers, who we have two of them on tonight, Simon and Chris. If Chris's iOS has sorted itself out, and we've got a link of him in the background. To Mudslinger, to Darren Booth, to Bob Hope, to Paul Grimley, Pomsey Metal Detecting, Rob Random, Simon Dempsey, Rod West, Scott Holden from Detector Network, the ever-present Facebook user, Jamie Hodgkinson, Gareth Howard, Dominic Tomschick, Metal Nick Detecting, John Clayton, Rod West, and Rob Random. Good evening, each and every one of you. So I hope you've all had a busy week, metal detecting wise, archaeological wise. I'm sure you've seen many things in the news. We've got a great little video to end the show tonight. Well, it's a long video, but I'll be jumping through it because of the length of it, which was taken today by our good friend Adam Staples at a Hanson's auction, which we're going to talk about in the news briefly. So I'm going to share the screen and get to it, and we will have a look at this week's news articles. Again, apologies that it's not our normal now video blog. So, first and foremost, the Scottish medieval coin lost and found in Norfolk has been declared treasure. The Scottish medieval coin turned into jewellery has been declared treasure after being lost and then found hundreds of miles away in England. The silver coin featuring the head of Alexander III of Scotland dates from 1280 till 1286 and was discovered in Long Stratton, Norfolk in August last year. I'm not going to go into the numismatic words of the Dr. Adrian Marsden, but as you can see, we've got a lovely coin with Alexander III of Scotland, and as you can see, it's been made into jewellery on the back. Doesn't look much, but there you go. Treasure. Second up, one from Kazakhstan. 3,000 ancient gold pieces discovered in a burial site in Kazakhstan. Very exciting archaeological discovery in a remote mountainous area of the country has been declared by the Kazakhstan government. A team of archaeologists has unearthed a huge trove of golden objects and jewellery. Jewellery spelt wrong. So there's the site. Look at them little gold beads. Lovely. Why can't I find things like that? And the image from the start of what looks like horses, donkeys, asses or something. Spearheads. All manner of beautiful things that we all want. Next up, from the Daily Express, whose headlines are getting more and more silly and stories worse. Archaeological bombshell. Shipwrecks chest of gold find could solve a 16th century mystery. This is in Africa. A German treasure hunter found a diamond in the Namibian desert in an area came to known as Sperrgebiet. My German's gone. Let's try again. Sperrgebiet, or forbidden territory. So apparently there's things being found, troves of gold and such like. But as I say, the Daily Express generally isn't the greatest of sources. Very unreliable. Finally, in the news, and this is the video at the end, a tiny teapot found in Derbyshire garage sells for £390,000. It was estimated it would go for 20 to 40,000, and the anonymous seller almost took it to a charity shop, and he said he might use some of the cash to buy a metal detector. The object, it's a very, very small, as you'll see on the video later on. It's a Chinese wine ewer, and the grandfather of the family was in China in the Second World War and brought this back. It used to be in, and there's his grandfather, Ronald Wadsworth, who was awarded the Burma Star Medal. It was in his mother's display cabinet and ended up in a box in relatives' garage. But since the lockdown, they've got to sort things out. And as you can see from the size, it's not the greatest. In fact, he looks like he's going to smash it with his hammer. So we'll have a brief look at the video at the end of the show. Anyway, we'll stop sharing. Oh, there you go. 30 minutes till the live draw from Diggers Dips this week. And we've got lots of exciting things coming up along with Diggers Dips in the coming weeks. Diggers Dips of whom have now had, do you remember the game that we were showing the other week, the virtual live game where you could go for a tour of a farm? A new farm popped up this week, and instead of Old MacDonald's farm, it was Barrow Farm. They've now had 7,000 games on there in the new field. Now, the current game ends next week. I think it's actually the day before the next show, so it's next Wednesday. So that will end, and then the next month's one will start. So currently, I'm 13th. I'm not doing very well at all, but I'm sure if you pop onto the Diggers Dips website, you'll be able to see that. Obviously, the Diggers Dips, they do a live draw, which is available for you to enter for free via the Big Detecting Show Facebook group. That goes up on a Saturday or a Sunday morning, and you've got the week to enter it for free. Just following the rules. In a couple of weeks' time, we have Graham Dempsey. Luke, I'm just going to share the screen again. I want to show another image. I do apologise. Graham Dempsey will be on the show. And Graham has kindly... Where's that? Have I lost it? Yeah, there it is. Graham's put together a prize for the first birthday of composite pencils, and this is the prize he's put together. You've got all the current composite pencil kit, the cleaning pencils, the preserve it wax, etc, etc. You've got searcher gloves, you've got a searcher bag, you've got a jeweler's loupe, and you have free books, artifact books. So if you go along to, again, the Big Detecting Show Facebook group, you will see this image and the competition there to take part in that, which we're looking forward to on the 15th. And we will possibly have another competition, thanks to Mr. Adrian Gaylor, our beautiful co-host. Not tonight. I'm on my own tonight as we have 2 guests. Well, I hope we have 2 guests. Instead, we'll be having him on the 8th with Martin Bass from Seascope. We'll be talking, hopefully, about the Evo. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring on our guests. Let's see what we've got. I know Si's there. Has he made it, Si?
I think he just rang me and he said, "Oh, do I have to put in my name? Do I have to enter the broadcast?" So yeah, he's en route.
Here he is. There he is.
Yeah, I've actually made it. You know what a Texan that I am.
Chris, that was actually absolutely legendary. I was watching all the conversation you were having with Simon, and it tickled me something rotten. Anyway, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is Simon and Chris Weller, and I'll let you introduce yourselves, obviously, for people who don't know about you. So, Si, I'll let you go first because you're in the middle.
Well, I'm Simon, as you just introduced me. But yeah, I'm Simon, and obviously this is my dad. We're both part of the Four Tone Searchers, so we've got a YouTube channel and a Facebook channel. Yeah, we've been metal detecting together for a couple of years, Dad.
Yeah,
2 years,
18 months, 2 years together.
Yeah, so yeah, just love metal detecting together. So.
Well, we've got some fantastic images to look at tonight anyway. Chris, about yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been metal detecting and such like.
I started it probably about 35 years ago with the old Seascope. In them days, you could sort of go anywhere really, all over the downs, all up the paths, in the parks. But probably half the good stuff we threw away because we didn't know what it was.
Huh.
But yeah, really, it was just basically then it was just coin shooting. I've done it for probably about 18 months or so. Then really just drifted off as you do. You grow up and you do things and you go places. And I picked it up with Si. I always had an interest in sort of, well, very, very early. I can remember going to my grandfather's in the Isle of Wight when I was a little boy. Massive great box of coins on the side. First thing I'd done there was go for all the coins. So I've always had an interest in that sort of thing. So Si and I picked it up about 18 months ago, and the rest is history, really. We just love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, as I say, we've got some great finds to look at during the show. What I'll do with the readers' finds, we'll do that directly after the adverts, after the Diggers Dips draw at 8:45. And so we can obviously carry on chatting, and we'll throw things around a bit, as we do, as we like to. I haven't forgotten. Don't worry. Although we haven't had many people readers' finds this week. Readers' finds, viewers' finds. We haven't many viewers' finds this week. Only a couple of people. So for those of you watching, if you do feel like having one of your weekly finds shown during the show, please just pop them on the Facebook group and we'll be sure to include them. Rob Random's asking, can Chris show you his tattoos?
God, these come from when I was 15. I think I'm 74 now.
Dad was livid when I got mine. He wasn't very happy.
I'm a dad in Brighton, just before I joined the Merchant Navy.
The Merchant Navy. I bet you've got some tales that we can't tell on air.
Yeah.
Be careful, Mum's watching, isn't she? So.
That's why I said we can't say on air. Back over to the chat room. We've been a lot of new people popping over. Gosh, where are we? Gareth Howard. Marcus Regton. Hi, Marcus from Regton. It's nice to have you on. Mark Henderson. Yes, I'm still losing weight. I can't tell you that story on air. I told Si off air. He said, no, you best not. Paul Grimley. Rachel Pilbeam. Metal detecting in Devon. Jamie Hodgkinson. Tony Kaywood. Steve Ashcroft. Scotty B. Thomas Trussell. Tom Trussell. He is now a legend. I designed some T-shirts and put them on our site, and a picture popped up with this random person in a field with a T-shirt on, and it was Tom Trussell bought one of our T-shirts. Fantastic. Who else we got? Metal Nick Detecting, I think we've spoken there. Justin Killick. Do you know any of these people? XP?
We've heard of quite a few, haven't we, say?
Yeah.
Diggers Dips, evening.
Yeah.
I have to give shout out to get told off if I don't find people saying you didn't give me a shout out. Tidy Treasure Hunter. Zarps Metal Detecting South Africa. Treeman Sam, Adrian Gaylor, and Sean Marshall. So there you go. So you've been out and about recently. We saw a video the other week, which we're going to play again tonight, of one of your finds. Bit of a reaction to that one.
Which one was that? Was that the Pie Fort?
The Ring.
Oh, the Ring. Yeah. That was like I say, that was right at the end. I had like a couple of nights out after work with Jamie and Tom, and that was like right at the end. I literally thought that was Roman. I really did think it was Roman. But I even joked with Tom on the video. I said, "Oh, look, it's got a hallmark," and I shouldn't have said that because when I got home, I cleaned it and it had a hallmark. So I was absolutely gutted. But
well, what we'll do, I think we'll go over to sharing. We'll have a look at said video and the images to go with it, and you can explain. Obviously, you popped on a couple of weeks ago, but you can pop on now and explain some more. So I'm just waiting for the screen and audio to be shared. There we go. I thought I had all these open. I keep closing things, don't I? So there we are. And the video was... Where's the video? There it is.
All right.
I was
certain
this
over.
was Roman.
Has got, like, wow.
Potentially.
Wow.
Look at that.
Let's get it in focus. Oh,
Can you see it?
My days. Yeah, you can see it.
Is that an Emperor's head?
Oh,
Or am I tripping?
Why were you shaking?
Really good clean, but that...
because I thought it was Roman. I thought I've never found a ring. Roman. And I was like, that's Roman. 100%.
Oh, mate! What is all that about?
Yeah.
Oh, that is phenomenal. Let's get that in focus again. There we go.
Those three heads that looked like a Roman head, but when I got it home, it had like three heads on it.
That's got to be Roman.
Just looks Roman to me, mate.
It's got to be. How deep was that?
That was... Oh, man. Couple of inches? 3 inches?
3 inches.
Hello?
And what numbers was it coming up on the
That
notch?
was 15.
15 on the notch. 800. Wow.
Mate, I've got rings aiming.
I'll tell you what, though, you've dug some holes there, by the looks of it. He's disappeared. Anyway, Luke, are we still sharing the screen here?
Okay, no worries. All right.
Let's reshare the screen so we can have a look at the images.
Oh. Sorry about that. Apparently there's a reverb issue. So, Dad, can you turn your volume down, please? Have you got your volume up on your device?
Hang on. You're asking me something technical now.
Well, no, it's volume.
So there's the ring with the... is it two heads then, Si?
Three. It's three. If you turn it round, it's hard. There's like another head.
Oh, you're up there, yeah.
I've
Can
done
you see it now? If you turn it around again.
Yeah, there.
1, 2, 3.
All right. So have you actually found out any history of it? Is it anything of consequence?
Not as yet. No. Literally, I came home. I was shaking. I said to my wife, I was like, "Oh my god, I found a Roman ring!" And then I started. It's really weird because that was the first bit of gold I found, and it was like I came home, like polished it up. It sounds awful, doesn't it? But as soon as I saw that hallmark, I was really disappointed for about 10 minutes. Then I was like, "Oh, actually, it's gold." You know what I mean? It was really weird. So I haven't yet. I think it's Dad looked at the hallmarks. It was 1908, Birmingham, I think. So, but it's still an unusual piece. So
it is a lovely piece.
But
And you can totally understand why you were flummoxed.
I was at first, definitely, because it was dark as well. Because that day, like I say, I'll come out after work. I think Tom and Jamie, it was a brand new field. Tom and Jamie had been out for a couple of hours. They hadn't found much. So, like when I joined them, Tom was like laying in the back of the car and that, and he was like, I said, which field is it? And he said, oh, it's that one there. And then we went out, and he was like, look, I'm going to go. I don't know whether his headphones were not working or something. He said, but we haven't found anything. He said, I'm going to go. And I said, yeah, no worries. I said, I'll stay with Tom. I said, I'll give Tom a lift home. Tom hadn't found anything, and he decided to go in like a pasture field next door. And as soon as he went in the field next door, I think within about 10 minutes, I had one signal. It was blank, but it looked like a William III silver sixpence to me, like a blank one. So that was like sitting on top. Then 5 minutes later, I think you got a picture of it, a cycling club like badge.
Yeah, just got to pull them up again.
Yeah, that was really nice.
That was really nice. I mean, because that dates back to like when they used to ride the what they called, Dad?
Penny
The penny farthings. Yeah, the one on the right. The left, sorry.
One on the left.
Yeah, how many beers have you had to calm your nerves? You don't know your left from your right now.
So obviously, So I found the one on the right first, and then within 10 minutes to that blank there, which I think's a William III. Then obviously I picked up that one on the left, rung Tom up, and I was like, Tom, you should come back in here, mate. I've had like double silver in 10 minutes, and he was like, no, you're joking. So he's flown in, and obviously the sun was going down. And he was like, so I showed him, and he was like, oh, I can't believe that. We haven't had anything out all day. And then on the way back to the car, that popped out. So that was like the last signal, and it was relatively dark as well. So,
tell us about this one. Is this one of yours or Chris's?
Oh, that's mine. That's my little baby. That's my little baby. That one. I love that.
Yeah. What is it?
That is a Philippe. Oh, hang on. I've written it down because I always forget. Sorry. Philippe the Sixth, French fleur-de-lis pied fort.
Oh, lovely.
So that's like 12th, 13th century. That's had to go off as part of the Treasure Act. So a lot of people might be thinking on here, I can't believe that, why it's a coin, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't actually a coin that was used in currency. So the portable antiquity schemes, they were saying that it's almost, like coins with piercings in, like holes in and things like that.
Yeah.
How they're not necessarily classed as coins. So that wasn't a coin that was used in currency. That would have been given as a gift to somebody special, or VIPs or things like that. So that was a presentation piece of the stamped hammered at the time.
Yeah.
So I think it's a few times I'm not quite sure, but that's 11 grams. So it'd be really interesting to know the weight of the. I've never really looked at it actually. The actual weight of the hammered version of that coin.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
There's only about 8 ever been recorded in the Simon.
Sorry,
there's only ever been about 8 ever recorded.
Yeah, there's 8 recorded. That's the 9th.
Wow.
So the pied forts, which you can still get now, so you can buy pied forts from the Royal Mint and things.
Yeah.
So you can get like a pied fort £1 coin, things like that. Pied fort 50p. But pied forts actually originated in France in the 12th, 13th century, and then obviously they slowly came over here. But so that is one of the earliest examples of a pied fort coin. So yeah, it's amazing. Like I say, I was absolutely buzzing when I found that. That was
it's beautiful.
Well, you found
now I'll take it. Sorry, Chris.
Go on. No, I was saying he found another hammered about 10 minutes earlier. A really nice one as well.
Yeah, I found. Yeah. It was about half an hour earlier. I found about 7 meters away from it. It was a Edward IV first reign heavy issue half groat.
Yeah.
So I was made up with that.
Then.
It wasn't a day. That's what I'm saying. The whole thing started. We got a permission, and funny enough, the permission as well wasn't. We didn't really have it. Basically, I'm not very good at like knocking on doors and things. So when I get permissions, all of mine go from like emailing or writing letters or Facebook, things like that. So I've been really fortunate. All my permissions that I've got have come from doing that. So I contacted this one lady and she messaged me back. So I always like copy and paste the same, whatever I've put for the permission, you know, what I've sent to people, I copy and paste it and then share it. And she said, she messaged me back saying, oh, it's lovely what you do with your dad, but I'm really sorry. We've had metal detectorists before. There's nothing probably really left on the land. And I went, yeah, no worries. I said, that's fine. And then she said, and then she messaged me back. She went, actually, we've got one field that you might be interested in doing. When do you want to pop down? And I was like, I don't know, Wednesday. This was like on the Monday. And she said, yeah, right. So it's about half hour's drive from here, 40 minutes, something like that. So I said to Dad, I said, do you fancy, you know, just going down there and having a little look at that? And he's like, yeah, all right. So driving down there and just chatting away, this and that, got there. We spoke to her for about half an hour. So we had about an hour and a half. That was about it. And she said, oh, there's a little field we've got that we've harrowed. I said, oh, lovely. So it's a little turned over field, you know. And yeah, I had first few signals, obviously stereotypical metal detecting rubbish, what you normally, you know, expect. And then just out of the blue popped the half groat, the Edward. I was like, whoa. I was like, oh my God, you know, because I'm, you know, I'd found a couple of Lizzies, but you know, that's proper for me, old Hammonds, you know. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe Dad. I was screaming. I was going, Dad. And then, yeah, walked over to Dad. I mean, Dad found a few coins, some early George ones, things like that. And then I think I was ready to go home after that. Then I said to Dad, Dad was like, oh, should we start walking back to the car? And I said, yeah, no worries. I said, I'll tell you what, Dad, I'm just going to walk over to where I was. And in my head, I kept saying to myself, wouldn't it be good to find just one more silver coin?
Yeah.
Just one more silver coin in the 2 hours, you know, in the hour and a half, 2 hours being there, just one more silver coin to take home. And I'd been Amphibio at the time, not to macro Amphibio, top machines. And yeah, signal, I think it was like a 6870. And then you've got the video of me finding the Pied Fort. I was like, and that was it. I really shouldn't have driven. I was like, I'd had too many beers. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, I'll never forget it.
Beautiful find. And I'm looking forward to learning more about what the FLO say about that. Tell us about this one, and that's, I take it that's the Amphibio. Yeah,
Dad, I'll let you join in. That was the same permission 2 weeks later. So in between that find, we went back on the Saturday. So this was the Wednesday. We went back on the Saturday. Dad pulled out a Bronze Age axe head, and then we went back the week.
Got images of that one, haven't I?
Yeah. This was amazing. So yeah.
So of all the fields that have been done, the one that hasn't been done is some spectacular finds on it.
Well, it's, believe it or not, all of these finds have come up over about 5 acres.
Yeah.
She's just opened up the whole farm, which is 100.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Tell us about this one then.
That, yeah, you know more about it than I did. That's a little skeet, wasn't it?
That's a Saxon skeet. I forgot the series. I meant to jot that down tonight, but yeah, that was a Saxon skeet. I should have sent you, Dave. Actually, I've got a little video of Dad finding that as well. I try and record everything. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it was a really quiet day, wasn't it, Dad? Because we were back on there again. So it was the week after we'd found the Bronze Age axe head. So of course we only get to get out every couple of weeks, like as the evenings draw in and that. So you know, we were like, you know, we've got to find something. There's got to be stuff here, because we'd found so much good stuff beforehand, and it'd been really quiet. I was getting tired. I think it was like 2 PM, and then Dad was like, Si. He said, I found something. So I've gone over straight away. He had it in his hand. I was like, Saxon skeet.
No, what you actually said was, it better be worth something if I've got to walk all the way over here.
Or silver, yeah, worth something or silver, yeah. And yeah, so that was Saxon skeet. So, you know, in 3 weeks we had, you know, the medieval Pied Forts, Edward the Fourth half groats, Bronze Age axe head, Saxon skeets. It was just phenomenal. Fantastic. It was just mind blowing.
We had, yeah.
So what else have we got in this bunch? So this will be your Bronze Age axe head, Chris.
That's it. Yeah.
See, Dad called me over to that one because it was a bit quiet. Dad went, like I say, 'cause I'm completely deaf in one ear, so I do struggle, especially when I've got headphones on. And he was going, Si. So I turned around, and he must have been about 50 meters away. I went, what? He said, I found something. I said, it better be silver, it better be something good. And he said, I don't know yet. And he went, it could be a bit of a tractor, or could be this, could be that. Of course, I walked up to Dad. I was like, Bronze Age, awesome. So, yeah.
So what was it like to pick that out of the ground, Chris?
It was brilliant. It's sort of, you just pick it up and you think, I was pretty sure what it was. When I found what it was brilliant.
Unfortunately, there's that little bit missing there, isn't there?
Yeah, yes, just a tiny little bit missing off it. Yeah, there wasn't no more there. We had a good old look round. It was great. It was just another one of them moments, you know.
Yeah. What's crazy is as well. It's like the landowners. They'd had, every time they want any building work done there, they'd had to get the archaeologists in.
Yeah.
Because of the area, and they'd had like one of these big like warehouse units built. So they had, obviously, while they were doing the foundations, they had to have the archaeologists in, looking about, making sure there was nothing there and things like that. Literally, where the concrete was poured on that foundation, the Bronze Age axe was like to the left. They'd missed it by feet, literally feet.
Wow.
So,
what machine did you use to find that, Chris?
I got the Garrett International Pro.
Right.
I bought that because it does what I want it to do. I'm not, as you know, I'm very good at technical things. And that literally is, I put it on the Pro Mode 0, and it's a tiny little bit heavy for me, but apart from that, I get on well with it. I like it, and I just continue to use it. I find things with it. This little skeet I found, that was well over a foot down, more than that.
Wow.
And it pulls the stuff out. And as I say, Simon, me, at the moment we're having a really good time. We're researching 2 fields that had very, very early dragoon encampment on it, from about 1790 to about 1804.
We've got a lot of images to look after the break. Si sent them over.
That's cracking stuff we're finding on there. Yeah. Well,
then Dad, obviously you haven't said, but it's really weird, Dave. Since lockdown ended, and then Dad and I had a couple of permissions and this and that. But obviously during lockdown, I had plenty of time. I was pinging off trying to get permissions, doing this and that. So we had another permission locally we went to. Do you remember, Dad? And we thought it was going to be complete rubbish again.
The little field. Yeah,
the little field. And we went on there, and it was just, there must have been a fate or something there. I mean, as soon as you went on there, I pulled out. I've never found a pipe tamper in my life. I'll show you these. I've never found a pipe tamper in my life. We found 3 of these in an hour off the sites. We found this one.
I can't see because I'm sharing the screen, but you show everyone else. Show everyone else.
Yeah,
That's
so we found that one first. So erotic pipe tamper. So then we found that one. So this was like in the space of an hour.
That's Napoleon.
That's Napoleon pipe tamper, and then we found that one. So and then there was numerous just Victorian pennies pouring out. We were finding silvers. We went back there and back there. It's just one of those fields. It was just somewhere to go, like on an evening after work, and it was just been crazy.
I'd appreciate if you take a photograph of the pipe tampers all together and put it on the Facebook page, and then
definitely,
obviously have a good look at that. Let's get through the rest of these. We've got 5 minutes before the draw. So, what's this one?
That's the Edward IV first reign heavy issue half groat. That is. So I was shaking then. I mean, for me, I'd found a Lizzie hammered and that, which are lovely. They're beautiful coins. Anybody that hasn't found one, even the first hammered I found was a Lizzie, and I was buzzing. But I mean, to find that, which is an ancient hammered coin, I was absolutely blown away. And that was within like 10, 15 minutes of getting on there on a Wednesday night. Obviously, the Saxon skeet, amazing.
The other side,
I mean, that looks a bit of a shame. I should have sent you photos, Dave, because I've got a picture of that clip. We got it professionally cleaned.
Yeah.
So
Other side of the Edward.
other side of the Groat, yeah.
Let's have a bit
Beautiful.
of a zoom in on that one. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's a good coin, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, lovely. Dad and his axe head. Do you know, I was shaking for Dad then. For me, I mean, that was top of my bucket list, one of them. I think in
Yeah.
a gold, and obviously, as you know, like a gold hammered or something. And to see Dad find that, I was it was amazing.
Do you know I've had about 4 Bronze Age axe heads up this week on Diggers Dips virtual game, and that's the closest I'll probably ever get.
But they're out there. It just goes to show. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
You
yeah,
just
yeah,
gotta-
yeah.
You know, that land was just fluke. And it is fluke. You just got to, you know, it's just that bit of land. And again, it doesn't matter what machines we use. You know, anybody, you know, because that land we were on there was harrowed. So everything was pretty much sitting on top. So
Yeah.
anybody could have got, you know, it's just getting that land and just being lucky enough to walk over it, you know?
Do you know, I've been privy. I ran 2 organised charity digs, one up in Rochdale and one locally in Congleton. Both brought up a Bronze Age axe head. A friend of mine on one of the club digs, he pulled up one on a site that I've been saying for years was prominent and important for the particular church in the area and the surrounding lands, way before I even picked up a detector and went to this field with the club. And a friend of mine picked one up 2 fields away as well. So I'm in a pretty rich area for Bronze Age. Unfortunately, the fields that I metal detect locally aren't in that particular area. So I'll find one day.
You'll
It's on my
find one, Dave. You'll find one, definitely.
Anyway, there's the. Hey, look at that! It's nicely that. Couple of minutes chit chat, and we're on to the draw. Working pretty well. How are you doing with the technology anyway, Chris?
Yeah, I can see you.
Did Mrs. Weller have to sort that out?
Yeah.
He's doing well.
Phil Holmes asked, was the axe found by a tree or edge line?
No, it was right in the middle of a field, really. It was actually take the big building that was built next to it. If you look at it before then, no, it's just in the middle of the field. It was actually almost in the middle. Yeah.
Very nice one. Let me just refresh that and see where we're at. So we've got 2 minutes to the draw anyway. So for that, again, for those of you who don't know, weekly Diggers Dips do a live draw for us. And the draw, basically, for those of you who enter via the big Detecting Show Facebook group, you will be follow the way of doing it, enter, and then in just under a minute, the draw will take place where you'll see everything change on the screen and the numbers will count down and it will pick up a random number and tell you who it is via people who are members of the Diggers Dips site. You have to register before you can actually participate, but you get 10 free credits on this draw. So without further ado, I think we will pop over. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Luke, share the screen again and we'll go over to the big Detecting Show draw, courtesy of Diggers Dips. As you'll see, that is the website, diggersdips.com. Register on there and you can do all sorts of things. I've actually won things on there and I never win anything, but I can't say that anymore according to Mr. Bailey. So as I say, in 43 seconds the screen will change and a random number generator will start off slowly, picking the 3 numbers. I'm not sure how many people actually entered this week. This also ends. It starts, as I say, usually on a Saturday when I post it, and it runs through till 3 p.m. on a Thursday before the show, so Chris and his team can get all the names registered in time for the show itself. So anybody who's entered after 3 p.m. this afternoon, sadly they won't be entered into the draw. This is free, don't forget. So the winner tonight will get 10 free credits credited to their account on Diggers Dips. 2, 1, and off we go. I bet you, Si and Chris, the first number is 0. Bet you. My psychic vibes are picking this up.
I'm feeling the
Coming.
2.
It's coming. It's getting closer. Oh, look at
Yeah.
that. I was right. Right, the second one. Pick a number. I'll go for 1. Come on, Si.
3.
Chris. Oh, it's 0.
What?
Gosh, it's a low
4.
one. 2. Chris.
8.
It's 2. And the winner this week is Rob Random, and we all know him because he's in the chat room. So thank you as ever to Chris and the team at Diggers Dips for putting that together. And ow to Rob Random on winning. So great, fantastic, it worked. So we're going to be going on to the adverts now, and we'll be...
Our most loved ones, kids, hooked on technology and disconnected from nature. And we, as parents, try to encourage them to go outside, explore and play, and teach them history. Yet, it seems hopeless at times. Nocta Macro, introducing the world's first waterproof kids detector series. Mini and Midi Horde. Easy to use, lightweight and compact. Finds, discriminates, and pinpoints. Just like an adult's detector. Share your hobby with your kids to build great family memories. Let your kids discover a world full of adventure. Experience and excitement of discovery right outside their door. Mini and Midi Horde. World's first waterproof kids detector series for the young treasure hunters of the future.
Do you know them days when you look at your phone just before the show and you see Liverpool are winning 1-0 and you think, oh yeah, Liverpool are winning 1-0, and you just look when during the adverts, it's 5-0, what's that about? What am I missing? Anyway, well done to Rob Random again, and thank you to Diggers Dips. Hat change. Throw it in. So if anybody does have any hats, any YouTube logo hats, anything like that you want me to wear during the show, give me a shout and I'm certainly wear them, no problem whatsoever. Bit of free advertising. What could be bad about that? As I said at the start of the show, what's happening here now? What's he doing there?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, we caught him looking at mucky stuff, have we? Have a word with him, Chris.
Yeah, I will.
I'm going to go to the viewers' fines. I always say readers' fines, but this isn't the magazine; it's the show. So into the viewers' fines. There's only 2 people this week. Daz Richardson, fantastic. Now he had 3 of these, I think, last week up these tokens, but another fantastic week. I'm presuming it's on the same site as last week, and he's had a great week there again, hasn't he?
Yeah, those tokens are lovely. I love them. Absolutely love them.
I've got to say though, because we'll obviously see some of your images later, that is tissue isn't as good as your tea towel. It's just not as posh. Close up of his silvers, some lovely ones there.
Is this all one session then?
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing, brilliant.
I know he's been off. He had an operation, so he was off work, and I think he's just gone back, so he's just starting to get back out and about again at the moment. Obviously, due to the operation. So, aren't they absolutely stunning?
I never get bored of finding them at all. Those lead tokens, I absolutely love them. To me, they're as good as hammered to me. I absolutely love them.
So I don't get bored of finding anything. I took my little lad out the other week, and as you'll see, because I'll show the screen now, he's made me keep these here. Tarpaulin rings. I'm like, Dad, I'm keeping them. I went, mate, they're off a tarpaulin, still on a 10. I don't care, Dad, I found them.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the attitude to have, though. I just think it is. It is the way to look at it. You know,
I have to look at them every time I'm here, and I'm like, "What's that grot?" Oh, yeah, there is. Beautiful collection of spindle whorls.
Very nice. Yeah.
See, I still get a bit confused. You know, the one like I think 4th in. I think
That
it said. Yeah, I mean, they still remind me. You found one similar the other week, Dad, didn't you? Which we thought was a Roman.
Thought they were the Roman whistle
bullets.
All right.
But then somebody said it was a net weight, Dad, didn't they?
Yeah. I don't think it was a net weight. It was. I don't know. If you look up the little Roman whistling bullets, they're very, very similar.
Do you know? I want to write that down, Chris, because I've never heard of them.
Yeah, they do look similar. But then again, Alex Bliss turned around and said your one was a net weight. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's annoying. Does it go right the way through that hole, or?
I presume so. Yeah. There's a little man peeping out the top of that. Look, a bit of pareidolia, a little man peeping out the top. And a barrel tap. I love barrel taps. Absolutely love them. This is Mark Lawson.
Nice. He pulls out some beautiful stuff, Mark.
He does.
I love his channel.
Do you know, he posted on the group, and because I try not to allow people who don't communicate, people who don't chat necessarily in the group or share their finds, what have you. If they're just posting YouTube videos, I usually delete them anyway. He posted one, and I deleted it because if you posted yours, for instance, not a problem because you've been on the show, you get involved, etc., etc. So we don't have a problem people sharing the YouTube videos. Tony Kaywood, Adrian Gale, anybody who puts anything on, Adam Weedle, more than happy for you to share your YouTube videos. If it's just somebody who joins the group primarily to spam YouTube videos,
yeah, of course, yeah,
you get it removed and the warning that this is against the group's rules and regulations, claptrappery. And I'd done that on Mark, and he went, "I'm sorry, mate, I didn't realise." I went, "Oh, don't worry, pal." I said, "You didn't realise." I said, "Tell you what, come on the show." And he come on the show. What a fabulous guest! And I didn't realise there was so many interesting things about him as well, from the horse racing to the motorbiking. It absolutely fascinating.
To the DJ, he does all the.
Did you see the one today with his little girl coming up and down?
Yeah, his videos are awesome. Absolutely love. I mean, he posts on the Four Tones page as well, and like I say, top bloke, top videos, brilliant.
And again, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos because there's so many out there. And as I spoke about with Chris last week, Discriminator, there's a lot of pap out there, hell of a lot of pap, minor pap. But I've not obviously watched many videos of certain people, and obviously Luke said Discriminators, we'll get him on, blah blah blah. Me and Luke got confused about who was contacted. Anyway, Chris come on, so I watched his videos. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, amazing.
And what a well-spoken gent as well. Oh yeah, top different league.
Yeah, it's a different league. I mean,
when you've got some people with 35,000 followers who are just in it for themselves, and it's just all about them and not what they're finding, and bugger everybody else. When it's someone like Chris, or like Jamie and Tom and all the other people that we have on the show. Really, really interesting videos. And
Yeah.
Chris deserves to have a lot more followers than he has currently.
Yeah, you can tell Chris, I wrote a list of just some of the YouTubers I look at and that today, and yeah, Chris is up there at the top. I love watching The Discriminator, absolutely amazing. He draws you in with the editing and the way he does it all and that, and it's really, really clever, brilliant. Like I say, and there's the footage he gets again, it's always awesome. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Marky Mark and the Grim. Sorry.
Go on, you go first.
Yeah, Marky Mark and obviously the Grim Bleeper and that they're other ones I love to watch. So
this is just he said, right, I'm stopping putting YouTube videos on because I'm fed up of other people spamming pages. So this is just showing you the new videos out. So that was Marky Mark Lawson and Darren Richardson. Do you know, it's unusual as well, if he's in the chat room, Ian Jackson, Sky's dad, every week without fail, he puts his videos in. He mustn't have been out this week. But because we always enjoy his images as well. What have we got in the group at the moment? Metal Detecting Devon. I've got 2 race course horses, Gold Link and Knotty Ash, both running soon. Knotty Ash, top place in Liverpool. There's Jam Butty Mines there. Do you know, Chris, I bet your side doesn't get that link, does he? You'll get it, but he won't get it. Come on, Si.
You're right, yeah.
Come on, Si. Jam Butty Mines.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
The Diddy Man.
KD.
The Diddy Man.
No.
Doddy's Diddy Man.
Diddy Man.
Ken
You don't know the...
Oh, I know Ken Dodd. Ken Dodd's
Diddy Man in the Jam Butty Mines in Liverpool.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm only 39.
You're only 7 years younger than me. His dad's dog's dad. I've never get that right. Anyway, we can bring your dad into the show a little bit more now and hear from him, because we've got the images to look at from the site that you mentioned earlier. I've tried not to give any details with the site away for obvious reasons. Luke, I'm sharing the screen. Am I? Oh, I wasn't. I am now. Don't you love technology? No, me neither. So this is your own and your dad's site that you told me about. Now, where am I now? I tell you what, let's go back. Let's start again, David, because you're being silly and you're getting it wrong. Right. Now we're at it. Now we're there. So, Chris, tell us about this site.
Well, we know it is a dragoons campsite, an encampment. It's either an encampment or a training site. As you know, the dragoons around about 1790s, 1802, they were camped all along South Coast, Lancing, Shoreham. And this particular one, we've pulled up about 40 odd buttons so far, and they're all from about 4th Dragoons, 5th Dragoons, Oxfordshire Light Dragoons, all round about that early age. And we've had some smashing finds, and we've only done about a fifth of it, I suppose. So we're hoping to put a load more stuff up.
So when we say the dragoons, Chris, treat me like I don't know, because I don't know. What are who were the dragoons? I do know, really. I'm just getting an explanation out here.
They were originally like cavalry, but they dismounted to fight on foot. That's right, dragoons. Then you got the light dragoons, who then started to fight with the horses. And these, they were encamped there just at the beginning of the England-French, war between France and England. And of course, after that, 1815, come the Waterloo. So this is the time you're sort of talking about, pre-Waterloo.
Yeah.
And just to find one of these buttons is pretty good. But some of these were coming up like Smarties. They were just, and everything. I can't wait to get back on there. I just love it.
Am I right in saying this is the era? What's the film Zulu? Were they dragoons in that?
Boer War. When was that? That was the Boer War, wasn't it? I think the dragoons. I think that was that dragoons. I'm not quite sure. Actually,
I'm going to have to Google that. While you keep talking while I Google.
Yeah, I know the period we're looking at. It was about 1790s to about 1802. Because on another site we was on with the Four Tones, we was on one of their fields, which wasn't that far away from these. And Simon found a lovely buckle plate to the, I think it was 132nd Foot Regiment, which and another artillery button, which all tied in, all with this as well. Same period, and yeah, it's a great site. What we've done this time, when we first got there, we were sort of just going all over the place, but now we've actually started to line it all out, stringing it all out, and going over it really carefully, and we're finding twice as much stuff now.
Yeah. Si said that you'd started actually segmenting everything, and this is from what you've found up to now. There's one picture in particular. It's only a fifth of the site.
Yeah, it is. We've got about a whole field. We've been on the other field, but only sort of just dotting around. We've got another field. We've probably got about another 2/3 of the field we're on now, and there's a possible another field as well. It was obviously, we found no coins have come up yet, but we're looking, hopefully we're going to find a few artifacts there as well.
We had a few copper, Dad, didn't we? A few copper coins come up.
Copper, but there's been no silver enough to come up.
No, but we're both certain, me and Dad are certain, if we keep doing it the way we're doing, so obviously just putting a line down, obviously a swing of the machine, a swing's width, that, you know, I said, we both agreed there's got to be maybe a little sovereign in there somewhere hiding away, or you know, or an amazing buckle plate, or it's just, I think we're just we can't wait till the next time we get there to get those lines up and start swinging again.
Now, I've been trying to decipher this. It says Queen's Own.
No, it's the 4th Queen's Own Dragoons.
Yeah, I got Queen's Own.
The IVD.
I don't do Roman numerals. I've never been able to. People know me well for it. But yeah, I got 4 there as well. So IVD is the 4th Dragoons, and it's the Queen's Own.
Yeah.
And that's a button.
That's a button. Most of them are buttons coming up. We've had officers' buttons. We've had the Oxfordshire Light Dragoons, which is a pretty rare one, and lots of artillery buttons, really early artillery buttons. It just keeps coming. And again, that's another thing. The 4th, I dug. These are in 2 separate pieces. I dug the first piece up, which it says 4th.
Yeah.
And underneath, it said the Queen's Own. That came up after it, so that was obviously attached to it at some time.
Now, what is this? Just another part of the regalia, for the part of the buttons and what have you that they'd have on the uniform?
I'm not sure where that came from. I don't think that would have been part of the uniform. That whether that was on I don't know, part of a horse or whether it was, I'm not really sure on that. It's quite a lightweight piece, so not sure how that would have been attached.
Well, hopefully, sometimes we do have people in the chat room. So when I come off sharing, I'll have a look and see if anybody can offer an insight into that, because generally we do have some good input from the chat room.
Simon had a great, I took some photos today. I got one particular photo. I don't know if Simon's got it there. Have you, Si? The one that I've got all the show of the buttons, the whole lot.
Yes. I sent it to Dave. Yeah.
You sent it. Yeah.
That was a really good photo, Dad. I must admit, when you took that, I was like, wow, that makes it look. Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was. That was the very, very first hole I found when we entered the field. It looks like something on part of a horse.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the dragoons' horses. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Very first one we found.
Beautiful piece.
That's nice. I'd love those. We found a few of them, Dad, didn't we? What small ones and big ones.
Yeah. Queen's Own, 4th Dragoons, probably an officer's button.
That actually looks a bit later than the other. It looks like the materials on a material as opposed to just what we saw earlier.
It was a layer of like silver or plate of silver on top of the, because once that silver had gone, it was just blank underneath.
Right.
Yeah, we
So
found a lot of.
you're lucky to find it with the silver on.
Yes, we've got about, I think there's about 3. You'll see later on, there's about 3 we found with the silvers. And Si found a couple of different ones. He found the Oxfordshire light dragoons. So there must have been several, like, different parts of the country, all down there. Not just the Queen's, but Oxfordshire light and other maybe militia companies. And just
do you know what fascinates me about this, Chris? Obviously, we hear all sorts of stories from lots of metal detectorists throughout the country. I've never personally heard of Dragoon site. So it's great British history, and it's an area that personally I know nothing about. So being able to see these and learn about them is fascinating.
Yeah, it's all about, you know, as soon as we got on here, I went out and bought a book on the light dragoons. I bought a book on buttons, and you can get very involved with it, because you get, quite often you can overlook buttons. You think, oh, it's another button, chuck it in a pot.
Yeah.
But when you actually go to the history of them and look at them, what they are, they can start to get, and especially military ones, the early military ones, they can actually start getting pretty interesting.
What's this on the left?
That's funny, actually. We threw about 3 or 4 of these away. We didn't know what they were. Simon come up the other day. What were they, Si?
It was in the, you know, the what's it called? The Finds Identified book.
Yeah.
It was in that, and it was for a this is annoying me now.
Bayonet,
it was for a bayonet, something to do with a bayonet. Yeah, some sort of bayonet. Literally, me and Dad were chucking them away.
We didn't know what they were. Yeah, I think it's called a bayonet frog. I think it like clipped into the leather, and must have been then the bayonet slipped into the leather, which was obviously destroyed. But that's what it was.
And that looks quite nice as well at the bottom. What's the markings on that one?
Can you see, Si? I can't see it.
Yeah, that's the one, Dad, with the circle, you know, and like the pyramid type shapes coming off it.
Oh, yeah,
you know what it is.
They're again early. I think they were still dragoons, but all early ones, like, you know, that period.
See, I love the ones with the 3 cannons, because we had some really good condition ones of them.
Yeah. Really early artillery ones.
I mean, I know they're more common, but I just love them. I think they're brilliant.
Do you know, if you remind me tomorrow, Si, I am pretty sure that in my bag of tricks I've got multiple PDFs on certain things, and I'm just in there now having a look. Honestly, I must have, in fact, let me just do that. How many have I got? I've got nearly 200 PDF versions of books in print, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, a lot of them are of Roman, the silver token coinage from 1922, but I'm pretty sure there'll be something that might be able to help you. Medals of the British Army, 1861, 2 and 3.
I got this one.
That'd be great, Dave.
There's this book. It's a pretty rare book to get hold of. I actually managed to get, it's about 90, went out of print in about 1972, but I actually managed to get it. You can see it. It's all buttons, early buttons, all regimental buttons.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolute brilliant book. It's called, Buttons, a Guide for Collectors. And that's got all the early regiments, all the militias. Yeah,
I'll have a peruse through there over the weekend, and I'll get that sorted and sent over to you, because I know there's a couple of files within files there of stuff that I've put out before. These are the Arsenal FC badges you were on about.
Yeah. They look like, yeah, of course they are, aren't they? Yeah, the Royal Artillery badges. Yeah, I just love them. I just absolutely love them. I love finding them.
And
yeah, all early ones. And the cat.
This would be a cat badge.
Yeah, that was to the Forest show. Was it Sherwood Foresters, I think, wasn't it? I think that was an early one.
So you've got Notts Forest and you've got Arsenal all on one page. What are these these blank ones? Is this Man United because they win nothing?
Yeah.
What are these blank ones?
I'm not sure. They come off. They've got lugs on the back, so they.
I think they're a buckle, Dad, aren't they?
Yeah, Yeah, we had somebody else with us on one day. Went over there, Dave Jenner, and he found a buckle with LD inscribed on it, which I'm pretty sure now was Light Dragoons. That was pretty good as well, but he won't let me have it.
So there's that's your. I take it Mrs. Weller wasn't very happy that you're using the home tea towels.
Actually, no, I think she was more concerned I put it on the car bonnet.
So I take it this is a basic overview of everything that's been found on the site.
No, that was one day.
Oh, this is one day.
Yeah, that was one day. Me and Dad, one day. That was 2 weeks ago.
So how many hours were you there on this particular day?
7.
Yeah, it was a long day that day, wasn't it?
It was about 7. But like so, I walked off because we picked up the farm next door. So I said to Dad, Dad brought his lines along, and he was like, "Look, I'm going to start lining out this." I said, "But listen, Dad," I said, "I'm going to walk over the back." I said, "Obviously, the landowners next door have let us on their land." I said, "So I'm just going to have a little wander about and see what I can find." So I joined Dad. I reckon probably we started at 8, so I joined Dad about 12. But literally, all I found wherever else I went, because I was just wandering about, was a couple of coins, a few bits of lead, whatever. So literally, yeah, everything we found there was really in about 5 hours, I'd say. So 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
So every time we were putting a line up, because we were gridding out, every time we were like just moving over one line, 2 or 3 buttons, moving over one line, another 2 or 3 buttons, and we picked up like a little, it's hard to see in there, like a little broachy thing. Then moved over the line again, like another 2 or 3 buttons. They're just coming out, like Dad said, like Smarties.
Do you know what's great about this gridding system? There's basically nobody who uses that anymore. It's either the fields are obviously full of people on organised digs, so you don't get to do that. It's just a matter of get it and go. Or if you're like me, you don't have that much time to do it, and there's a lot of time in between visits to certain locations. I'd love to be able to do it, but to be honest, I'm a meanderer as well. I go wherever the wind takes me.
Yeah.
But to do it properly like that, fair play.
I mean, that's the first time. That's the first time we've done it properly. I mean, we've got a couple of other small fields. I like I said to Dad, I think it's harder when you're in a bigger area. I mean, we've got some fields, which I mean, just out the back of that permission, there's like probably a 25, 30 acre field. It's a little bit harder to do, but you know, these 2 fields, I reckon, are probably only about, both of them, 4 acres.
Yeah.
So it's kind of doable. Do you know what I mean? It's you know, it's a doable sort of acreage.
Yeah.
It does get tough. It does get tough when you get the bigger. Sorry, Dad.
I say it's pasture as well. It's easy to. You haven't got stubble or anything.
Now we've seen obviously that one. What's this one? The 4th Dragoons again. What part is this?
Oh, that was quite that was it Inskilling?
Inskilling, that's it, Dad. Yeah.
That was Inskilling, wasn't it? That was another Dragoons. That was,
I found that one. Yeah.
Ah, right.
That was another quite. I think that's another quite uncommon one as well. Yeah.
It's not a dad and lad competition or anything, but Si found that one.
No, he does normally fight more than me, I must say. He can
we do have a little comp every time we go out, but we love it. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant.
This is
that fantastic image that your dad's taken today.
Yeah, that's where most of the best stuff on there is.
In fact, let's go to the top and work down slowly. Some beautiful colours.
Can you see like top left, 2nd row down, 1 in, 2 in, 2nd in? That's the Oxfordshire Regiment. Yeah, that's the best coin. That's the best button we've found on that site. It's amazing.
And you know, obviously we dig buttons up as metal detectorists constantly, 10 a penny. But when it comes to digging up buttons that look like this and having the history of them, is fascinating again.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So you said obviously before that you use the Garrett AT Pro. What do you find that is the best thing about it for you personally?
Simplicity. I use I use an Altor Tornado coil as well on it. Obviously covers bigger area. It was the first detector I bought since I started with Psi. I just find it easy to use. I think Psi probably finds more than me, but obviously he's got the Knox. But yeah, I wouldn't change the Garrett. I like it's a little bit heavy for me, but I like it. Yeah, it finds, you know, it found me the skeeter over a foot down, and it finds the smallest things really deep. Yeah, just stick it in the pro mode and on 0, couple of notches down, discriminate. Yeah, I you know, I love it.
You did use the Amphibia, am I right?
That was me.
Simon
that
did.
was me. Yeah, I still use that. I still use the Amphibio.
And now you got a Knox as well.
I've got a Knox as well, but both machines I can't fault. I mean,
and you got Simplex.
Yeah, I've got Simplex. Yeah, which Luke's got at the moment. So Luke.
It's all right. Did you ever hear the story about the Tectival 2018?
No.
Yeah, Luke decided to wander off and meander, and now we're closing the stall down and what have you. So I thought, right, I'll go and put Luke's metal detector in the car. Was it 2018 or was it 2019? I think it was 29. No, it was. Yes, 2018. So I'll go and put his detector in my car. And I had my car bed set up at the time. So I made a bed in my car. So it was under the boards. Anyway, detectable finishes. We both go on our way home. I get a phone call. So we're in Oxford. I'm going up to the northwest. So I must be sort of near Birmingham when I get a phone call. Dave, yeah. Do you know where my metal detector is? I kidnapped it. I gave it him back about 6-7 months later. No Rootis for 7 months. But I got, oh no, sorry, that was actually last year. It was 2019 that, because in 2018, Luke said, Dave, I'm going out detecting. I haven't got any earphones. So I said, oh, here's me finds bag and my earphones. Take them, give me back later. Yeah, he still got them.
Yeah. Listen, I know it. We look after it. I reckon probably every 3 or 4 weeks go, you're right, Luke. Yeah, when you're dropping around the Simplex, mate, he's going, I will do. Give me a couple of days. But I know he's looking after it, bless him. And I know he said I can use the routers whenever I want as well. So I'm cool with that. So
this one, it was in the middle of the actual images, so I'm not sure where this one's from.
I basically put that was so after lockdown. So don't forget, before lockdown, so when everything was normal, I hadn't really found much stuff. I found a hammy and this and that. But like I say, it's been really weird. It was literally, as soon as lockdown ended, me and Dad picked up a couple of missions, and that was pretty much all the stuff, I reckon, up until about end of July, all the silver I'd found.
Yeah, the whistle was nice, wasn't it? When you done
that whistle is stunning.
Yeah, the whistle I've got here, actually.
Does it still work?
Yeah, it still works. Look. Sorry, love. Sorry, my little girl's. I just.
Yes, the dog's coming running now. Absolutely fascinating. Appreciate you sending them over.
That's nice.
So, yeah. Now I'm. Let me go back up, and I'm just going to go through the to see if we did get any information about the. What were we actually looking at? I can't remember now.
I think it's looking at that. Was it the plaque which said 4?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Stan's lad's got it. Ken Dodds Dad's dogs. Ken Dodds Dad's dog's dad.
Dodds kids.
Tobacco tin lid, maybe. That's either Tom. No, that'll be Jamie because he said about Tom now.
Don't think it'll be tobacco tin lid.
Looks like police badge.
No.
Pascal Lamb badge. The Buffs.
No.
Find any Did you find any bullets? Mudslinger asks.
We found
muskets.
You got hundreds of those, haven't you?
Yeah, that was obviously, it wouldn't be bullets. It was muskets back then. So.
No, I didn't use the Luke's Rutus because I had exactly the same machine. I might have used it because his settings are better than mine. Well, we'll still wait for that. We could put an article together on the website and obviously see if we get any information back from there. Because obviously we've got a much bigger reach with the magazine than we do with the TV show. So anyway, so what's next? When we out about next?
We've got a new permission, haven't we, Dad? Saturday,
yeah. That's
Saturday
Saturday.
we're out on a new permission. It's been mentioned in the Doomsday book, this place as well. So yeah, so we've got that Saturday. Sunday, I think we're back on the cavalry encampment, aren't we?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back there again. Yeah, especially after a bit of rain as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, just see what just luck, isn't it? Just see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hoping good stuff comes up, but
well, I've got a week off work as of tomorrow. I finish at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I've got a week off, factory shut down, and I did plan on going metal detecting, but other people have other ideas when they book people to come and lay flagstones, and you decide to step out of your comfort zone and put a massive extension on your shed. So there's my job for the next week.
nice.
Stop it falling apart. Anyway, both it's been fascinating. The Dragoon encampment is it really does tickle my boat. Really interesting. And obviously I look forward to learning more about that.
Yeah, we should have another, at least almost twice as much stuff as we got on there to come up. We should do.
I'm going for triple. I mean, we've done 1/5 of that, so I'm gonna go for triple the amount of stuff.
Hopefully some artifacts as well from that period.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if you could actually add one of them plotters that when you did find something in your eyes of consequence, to pop a what's the word? I forgot the word. Mine's gone blank. Pop a spot on the field and gives a hot spot of where all the finds are. That'd be really interesting.
Like a GPS.
Yeah. We were talking last week. We were talking last week about some of the apps that are available, which you can obviously log your finds via your mobile phone. So it'd be great to see. Definitely a heat map of a field would be fascinating.
Yeah.
So.
But the weird thing, like I say, the weird thing is with the fields, with those 2 fields we've got, because like I say, they are at the moment just 2 small fields. It's my neighbour, Joe Seaman. He's head of Eastbourne Heritage. He's like one of the top archaeologists. And I was explaining to him, and he was like, "Oh, it'd be really nice to find like hotspots." I said, "It's just one big hotspot.
Yeah,
there isn't. You can't narrow down a place. It's just everywhere."
Yeah, there must have been so many camps there.
Yeah.
There's so many soldiers there with camps everywhere, and you think they must have sat around playing cards and losing money.
Yeah.
They sat around drinking. So there's got to be other things in there somewhere.
Undoubtedly, yeah. It's just that obviously you're finding where the main area of, but the actual tents themselves, for instance, I'm sure you'll be able to be finding things like that.
Yeah.
That's the one that was mentioned last week. It's called Textotrack.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Textotrack, which is expensive on the iPhone, cheap on the Android. The bullet question was to see if the site ran into the 1870s. It seems to date late 1700s to 1840s. That's from Mudslinger. About what the finds that you've got there currently.
Yeah, sounds about right, Dad.
Yeah, all the
late 1700s.
We looked up on site, and they do range from late 1800s up to 18. Yeah, some of them are 1804, 1805, up to the 18. 6 Dragoons into the 18. Yeah, I'll go along with that.
Darren Booth's rethinking it. It's Textotrack, TECT, not text. And David E. Jones, he uses what 3-word app? I've heard about that. William Hargreaves of the NCMD was trying to get that people using that to report green waste. So yeah, I've heard about that one, but not used it myself. So anyway, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Chris, it's been great meeting you. And Listen, when you go out on Saturday, what I want you to do, let him drive and stop for bacon butties and buy your bacon butties and tea on the way. All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Si.
Listen, yeah, Dad does all right. Listen, I help him over the electric fences. That's all it matters.
Yeah.
And you come running from 50 metres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad, you can get under that fence. I said, I can't do it. You can.
Anyway, as promised, I'm going to play out tonight with the video, which I'm going to jump forward in places of the Chinese teapot that we saw at Hanson's today. I'm going to play out with that. When that's finished, Luke's going to automatically end the show with the adverts. So obviously, thank you very much to Si and to Chris for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
It's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant learning about the Dragoons. An area that I don't know anything about, to be honest, which is often and many. Thanks, obviously, as well to Diggers Deep for Diggers Deep. No, that's the NCMD magazine. Diggers Dips for their the competition tonight. And well done to Rob Random on winning that. On next week's show, now we have a gentleman coming on the show. I'm not going to say who it is so people don't bombard him at the moment, but this gentleman is currently in the process of excavating a Roman hoard, recovering a Roman hoard. So we've got lots of videos and images coming from that hoard, which is currently being dug up as we speak, excavated. I'm not 100% sure as to exactly what's involved in that at the moment, if the archaeologists are on site currently, but we do have the videos of the initial find coming next week, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'll be joined by one of our co-hosts next week, and the following week, next week, we will have another competition from Diggers Deep, as I say, which will be going up. Don't forget to go on the big Detecting Show Facebook group and look for the competition being run by Graham Dempsey for his first anniversary of Composite Pencil Company first anniversary, and he'll be on the 15th for that. So as I say, without further ado, I'm going to say goodbye and good night, and I will see you all next week when I'm off work, so I'll have time to get sorted. And Luke, I'm sharing the screen, and I'm going to find out where it is. It's in there. And we're going to see the teapot. Good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.
We
Night,
are
guys.
lots away from our phone line. We keep out. That's it. I see you, Grace. Grace here. Good afternoon, Grace. Good to see you. Nice and calm. We're steering our floor manager, Karen and Victoria, doing a fine job. Just steering all these phone bids in. What is lot 464? A great memory to come very shortly. We're now calling all corners of China, America, calling Europe, calling London. This is Hanson's in Derbyshire. Let's make a memory. Right, on we go. Number 460. 460 Chinese Tamil Rose, double wall, reticulated porcelain vault, an important home this. Number 460, and I'm bid here at 400, 420, 450, 480, £500 I'm bid, and I'm now bid 520. 460, 4 to go at 840 and selling a wonderful around the world. Thank you for joining us for a moment in time with lot 464. So 461, 85, I'm bid, do I see 90 now? Fair warning, we sell, £85, and the outtake, or we ask the phones are 464, 360, 380, 4 lots. Where do we start this? And I'm bid straight in. It's a wonderful Celadon and Russet Jade amulet, Qing Dynasty. I shall tell you more in a home in England in the 70s, so we can guarantee that. And of course, I'm happy to provide to our phone lines all the provenance images of the gentleman who owned it back in the 1940s. Our vendor, it's a pleasure. To fellow auctioneers, you never know what's lurking, and it's a joy to have my team around me. AD Barry, congratulations, Edward Rycroft, you found this object, we salute you. And of course, Alexander, if you're watching in Shropshire, thank you for your advice as well. We will enjoy this sale and make a memory. 464, an important and rare Chinese Imperial, Chenlong, Markham Period, Beijing Enamel, 1 year and cover. Where shall we start? I say to the phones beside me, may we start at £100,000? I ask the phones, do I see £100,000? We are bid and on market at £100,000. I'm asking 110,000. Steve Fulford. 70,000. Live in the Far East. I'm asking 390,000. 90. I'm asking 400,000. Markham Period, the fourth one found, the other two in museums of Taiwan and China, Beijing and Taipei respectively. You're out, Mr. Martin, and I'm saying the phones are all out, and we sell this humble pot from a humble home with real humble history at 390,000. All out. Calling it, thank you for your underbid, sir, or madam, at £390,000. And thank you to the memories. We are selling. Thank you to the world for watching. At 390,000, going fair warning, going all out team at 390,000, going, goodbye. Sold. Congratulations. Well done. Well done. Well done. Wonderful.
Our most loved ones, kids, hooked on technology and disconnected from nature. And we, as parents, try to encourage them to go outside, explore and play, and teach them history. Yet, it seems hopeless at times. Nokta Macro. Introducing the world's first waterproof kids detector series. Mini and Midi Horde. Easy to use. Lightweight and compact. Find, discriminate, and pinpoint. Just like an adult's detector. Share your hobby with your kids to build great family memories. Let your kids discover a world full of adventure, experience and excitement of discovery right outside their door. Mini and Midi Horde, world's first waterproof kids detector series for the young treasure hunters of the future.